So we're going to be going over why you need to go into Iron Banner and get yourself a steady hand 120 RPM hand cannon before it's gone for another month. Basically, we're going to be going over really the best way to use this hand cannon, try to keep everything as simple as possible, how to get a couple different damage mods for this thing going so that you're basically running around two-tapping all the time. My experience, it's pretty easy. After your first kill, you're pretty much going to have a damage buff that could two-tap most Guardians pretty much all the time. Alright, let's try to make this as fast as possible so you guys can get back out there and grind these things. The handling on this thing, not good. Reload speed, not good. Stability, not great. But out of 120s go, this is probably the most consistent and best hand cannon besides, obviously, Sturm stats. So, for 6s, PvP, you want steady hand, fast draw. Those are going to be your best options. Increase the handling, stability. Moving on from there, Pendant Mag, make the magazine size go up a little bit because it's only 8. Other than that, you can't really go wrong here. Increase in range with the ricochet rounds, flared magwell, a little bit of reload speed, range with the high cal. Can't really go wrong there. I have slide shot swashbuckler. You always want swashbuckler for 6s, maybe not for consistency purposes if you're going into trials or something. I'm looking for an outlaw because that reload time is not good. You can go moving target if you are on console and you need the extra stability. You can't really go wrong here, but I'd say outlaw, swashbuckler for 6s. Slide shot's good, sliding around a lot. Get those extra couple bullets, keep you going. Quick draw, snapshot for probably the most consistent feeling inside of Crucible if you want to take it into trials or elim or survival or something like that. That's going to be your most consistent for one-on-one dueling. So I'm going to have some footage playing in the background through this whole thing. Basically just clips of me running around in 6s and just getting streaks and kills and beads and everything else, just so you can kind of see what the weapon's going to look like, what it does, and what kind of damage you can really do inside of 6s. It's good in survival as well, but I didn't save any of the footage of when I went to survival. But my first survival game, I went in 25 kills, I think a 5-0 KD, and I mean, I was getting triple feeds, pretty much taking out the entire team on my own. And that's usually thanks to Swashbuckler. So as soon as you get your first kill, you're going to be getting a damage buff that's doing 96 damage, and that's able to pretty much two-tap most Guardians that are, I think, 4 to 5 resilience. And so I'm going to have that up on the screen here pretty soon. You'll be able to see all the damage numbers. Testing was done mostly in-game, so I'm peeling all of these damage numbers out from in-game fights. They might not all be 100% accurate, but they're pretty much 1 or 2 damage off for the most part. So going in right away, you get a couple clips right here of just the 96 damage. As soon as you kill one person, bam, turn around, two-tap the next person, and then I'll have the rest of the swashbuckler damages up on the screen. And then here you're looking at the Whisper of Hedrons, which is a stasis fragment, and to put it simply, you freeze someone, you get a damage buff for about 10 seconds. Immediately you're doing 113 damage to the head, so a couple clips of that, freeze someone, 113 damage, two-tap it in one. After that, you're looking at Berserker, which was in the season artifact on the last row. Basically, I just switch over to it when I'm ready to use my super, but throwing the damage numbers up on the screen for you and then how long they last, and a little bit of footage of you can see that. In one of these clips, I get a ×5 swashbuckler plus the damage buff for 45 seconds, and I hit 144 to the head, which you should be one-tapping people for the most part. So let me show you a couple things why this works so well in 6s. First of all, you have your swashbuckler. So obviously every time you get a stack, you're going to be hitting more because of that, especially if you get a melee kill, you're going to be doing like 113 damage to the head. Beyond that, if you go into your super, I throw on this, and this is Berserker. So when you come out of your super, the amount of kills you got in your super is going to stack into a damage buff lasting anywhere between like 15 to 45 seconds. And then if you go charge with light mods, which you can do with just getting hand cannon, precision final blows, and high energy fire, so then you're doing more damage when you are charged with light. Um, those kind of just stack together with everything. You're always doing pretty much extra damage, regardless of whether it's Swashbuckler coming out of your super or if you're just charged with light, getting more kills. Then you're pretty much always having a damage boost of some sort.